Yeah, good morning once again. It's a wonderful Friday. My name is Dolapo Forex. Dolapo Forex. I'm happy for. Firstly, I want to say a big thank you for all the videos I've actually posted in the course of the week, the analyzed, and the recap videos. I am so grateful. I appreciate those that have viewed it and those that equally subscribed. So happy. The mission here is to ensure we push out, you know, good informations, insightful informations on how the market works and how you can position yourself to actually be a part of this goodies that the market actually releases every day. Yes. But for us this morning, we're going to just do a little analysis into Euro AUD. From the daily time frame, the way we do it's a top-down analysis that we do here just to know where the market is going. But firstly, I want us to just observe something on this daily time frame. There's something we actually seeing here that is worthy of note. Yes, the trend ideally is being bullish. If you look at the move up, a higher high, higher low, higher high, then obviously this is coming down to give a higher low. Then possibly there's going to be a higher high that will end up being formed at the end of the whole process. But just wanting you to point out something that on the other hand, there is something that we can actually see from what is happening here with Euro AUD. Yes, you can see using our trend line to connecting this point here and to this point here, then you project it into the future and you duplicate that, put in here, duplicating that, then you just map it here, let it be here, just the way we do analysis. There's something fishy going on around here. It's trying to point out something that, okay, Euro AUD's bullish run might probably have come to more like an halt, as it were, because going back to info data that are before now, going backwards a bit, we can let me mark out the hook points and let's see. This point here is a hook point. This point as well is a hook point. I hope you understand what I'm trying to point out here. And for every time price approaches a hook point, there's always a reaction. Price tends to respect that hook point and probably just take a nosedive in the opposite direction before it can actually go back and retrace itself. And going by the strategy we use, yes, what we always agree on is anytime price crosses above a hook point and gives us a third touch and another candle closes below that hook point, what do? You take a position to go for a sell in this case. Yes, that's what I just wanted to point out. So let's look at what market is actually going to do at this point. You can see the reaction here, these candles, because if you look at this bearish candle, what kind of candle is this? This is an hammer. Even the bullish candle that formed an hammer as well at that point, and before this other candle came to close below it, and this third candle, this is on a daily time frame, so it's been consolidating, trying to take a position. Okay, do we go bullish or we should take a little retracement as well? So we're just going to keep observing what's going to happen going forward. Yeah, so going forward on this, go straight to your 4-hour time frame. From the 4-hour time frame, we can see what we have in here, right? We can see what we have in here. This was the candle we spoke about, on the daily time frame that I'm talking about. This is the candle. Can you see? It gave it touch here, and we expected to wait for a candle to close below the hook point, which is this. But the way it is still trying to just trying to make us understand that, okay, listen, there is something other than this should be more confluences that will make one take a position. And what do we do? Because from what we're seeing on the 4-hour time frame here, replicating what we did on the daily time frame, we use our trend line tool. This is called pattern within patterns. It's forming a bullish pattern, trying to give us an ascending pattern to tell us that, okay, there's going to be a continuation in the downward position, mean bearish position and all that. So we connect this with this, and then we connect this with this. Then you duplicate this trend line, take it above, that is it. So for this, we've not really, yes, we can say that we've gotten a third touch around here. This is the first touch, this is the second touch, as it were, and ideally we're still meant to wait for a third touch, but price already proceeded as well. But if you're going by the rule we played with, this happened before this morning, before we actually came around. So what do? We tend to okay, we still have this here, we can make this be like this, then we adjust this. Yes, the market should be, as a trader, you're meant to be dynamic in your analysis. If a position, movement has actually happened, what do you do? What can I see? There's always something you can see. So we're going by this now. We have a one touch, first touch, so a touch here, and we have another touch at this point here. Okay, going by the 2:1 ratio that we do, just to take a point that, okay, where is this trend line above gonna be? It is here. You make sure that it's on the highest point above, the highest point, which is this. Beautiful. So we have a first touch here, we have a second touch here, and we're waiting for market to give us a third touch around here. I hope we get the drill. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be looking out for on Euro AUD. But generally, there's going to be a retracement. Market is simply saying that there's going to be a retracement. If you look at it, when you zoom in, if you look at what market is actually doing, you're going by Falcon strategy, it's already confirmed. When you connect from this point to this point here, it's already giving you something so that you can know that, yes, it is what the analysis is actually very, very valid. That's it. So for this, pattern within pattern should be highly respected, as it were. So you bring it down here, get a touch, and that's it. That was the reason why price, you give it first touch here, second touch here, and this is a third touch here. Because if we didn't see this earlier, if you had seen this earlier, then we would have actually been able to take a position around here, and that was what pushed the market up there. So obviously what we're seeing here says that this analysis is actually valid. We're just waiting for market to give us a third touch up here, then we'll take a position. That's what I'm seeing here. Because if we go straight to the 1 hour time frame as well, we can see what price is actually doing. It's trying to go in the direction to give us something that, okay, fine, market might end up going up there to give us this third touch we've been craving for. Looking at this, we would have actually taken a position here, yes, to just take a ride with this formation. And what do I mean? This is what I'm actually saying. You bring your trend line, okay, have a touch here, then around here is where we have gotten a touch around here, and going by the duplicating this, you can see that market actually respected something, the strategy we're talking about here. And for this point here, this is a hook point. This is a valid hook point. So all we needed to do, if we had seen this before now, all we needed to do was just wait for candle to close above this hook point here. Closing above, then we just plunge in. and that's why market is already on its way up there. But for the way it is, we can still take a position. If you don't want to be patient enough, you can take a position, and because it's definitely going to be going towards this direction to give us a third touch. And when we get the third touch, what do? We ride the market downward. So that's it on Euro AUD. Let's take just one position on this, then let's see what happens afterwards. Yes, then trying to calculate where our TP will be is for us to just take our arrow tool here, use the arrow tool, you connect to this point here, let it be at this point here, then you project into the future. Okay, with this you now drag to the point where the third touch was actually given, then you just pick and say, okay, this is my TP, and where's my stop loss? My stop loss should obviously be under, let it be below the point where market did its magic and it's continued upward. So that's what I'm seeing on Euro AUD. I hope you're going to just be patient enough to just get this. If you look at it, where we projected, our TP is just around the point where we're expecting a third touch. So it's just going to be a double profit for you, double gain for you. So once it comes here, take you out in profit, you wait patiently to see what happens after the third touch is actually given. Understand that we're saying, yes, once it gets there, then there's a hook point that will be very much available to validate what we're talking about, and that hook point should be this one we have here. Yes, should be this one. Either this is a valid hook point, as a word, this is a valid hook point. So if you project to where we're waiting for price is going to happen, let's make do with this a valid hook point as well. Let's a valid hook point as well. So we'll just wait for market to close, to give us a third touch around here, then allow it close below this particular hook point, then you plunge in this hook point here, allow the price to close below it, then you just take whatever position you need to take. I hope you've gotten one or two insight into this particular trade, and I hope you're gonna just maximize it and make huge profit out of it. Thank you. Signing out, Joseph. I'm Delacroix for it.